Assalamu alaikum. Today's statement is titled, Warning, the blood swarms have departed into battle. This statement was written by the awaited Imam Mahdi, Nasser Mohammed al-Yamani, on the 31st of May 2022, and it will be recited to you by one of his supporters. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the Lord of the heavens and earth, and what is between them, and the Lord of the great throne. No God but Him, the controller over the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, my Lord and your Lord, in line with the word of Allah the Exalted. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. الله خالق كل شيء وهو على كل شيء وكيل له مقاليد السماوات والأرض والذين كفروا بآيات الله أولئك هم الخاسرون قل أفغير الله تأمرونني أعبد أيها الجاهلون ولقد أوحي إليك وإلى الذين من قبلك لئن أشركت ليحبطن عملك ولتكونن من الخاسرين بل الله فاعبد وكن من الشاكرين وما قدر الله حق قدره والأرض جميعا قبضته يوم القيامة والسماوات مطويات بيمينه سبحانه وتعالى عما يشركون. صدق الله العظيم. Allah is the creator of everything and He is the ultimate trustee over everything. To Him belong the treasuries of the heavens and the earth, but those who have denied the signs of Allah, it is they who are the losers. Say, is it then someone other than Allah that you ask me to worship, O ignorant people? It has already been revealed to you and to those before you. If you ascribe any partners to Allah, all your work will come to nothing, and you will be one of the losers. Rather, worship only Allah and be among the grateful. Yet they did not render to Allah the respect that He deserves, for the entire earth is in His grip on the day of resurrection, and the heavens are folded in His right. Highly exalted is He and most high, beyond the associations they make. Chapter 39, verse 62 to 67. O Chinese President Xi Jinping, the people of China, all the peoples of the world, and their dignitaries who are acting arrogantly towards the command of Allah of obeying His caliph on the whole world, Imam Mahdi Nasser Muhammad al-Yamani. I had already informed you of the decision of Allah to continue His cosmic and covetous war against the worlds that directly hit you within with the so-called coronavirus or the so-called climate disasters, terrestrially, nautically, and aerially strike close to your homes until Allah's promise of obeying His servant, whom He appointed in His caliph on the whole world, Imam Mahdi Nasser Muhammad al-Yamani, is fulfilled. In line with the word of Allah the Exalted, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولو أن قرآنا سيرت به الجبال أو قطعت به الأرض أو كلم به الموتى بل لله الأمر جميعا أفلم ييأس الذين آمنوا أن لو يشاء الله لهدى الناس جميعا ولا يزال الذين كفروا تصيبهم بما صنعوا قارعة أو تحل قريبا من دارهم حتى يأتي وعد الله إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. صدق الله العظيم. If there were a recitation that could cause mountains to move, or the earth to split, or the dead to speak, it would have been this Quran. But all matters are by Allah's will. Have the believers not yet realized that had Allah willed, He could have guided all of humanity? And disasters will continue to afflict the disbelievers or strike close to their homes for their misdeeds, until Allah's promise comes to pass. Surely Allah never fails in His promise. Chapter 13, verse 31. O Allah, arrogant ones around the world have turned their backs on you, as if you were nothing to be mentioned. Exalted you are, while it is you who created man when he had never been existing. O Allah, I am your servant. I ask you by virtue of the fact that there is no God but you, and by virtue of the fact of your mercy you decreed upon yourself, and by virtue of the greatness of the bliss of your pleasure within, to fatally strike down with their firm plan COVID in a blink of an eye all the arrogant wrongdoers in the words, whom if knew the path of truth that leads to you, they would not adopt it as a way. They hated the pleasure of Allah, so how would He guide those who want to extinguish the light of Allah, the Lord of the earth? But far is that from happening. I swear by the Lord of the earth and heavens that Allah shall certainly annihilate every humbled, arrogant, and die in your rage, all of you. And wherever you are, the covet of no escape from death shall befall you in whatever way Allah wills. Then He places the evil ones on top of one another, heaping them all up together, and put them in hellfire. In line with the word of Allah the Exalted, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ليميز الله الخبيث من الطيب ويجعل الخبيث بعضه على بعض فيركمه جميعا فيجعله في جهنم أولئك هم الخاسرون قل للذين كفروا إن ينتهوا يغفر لهم ما قد سلف وإن يعودوا فقد مدت سنة الأولين صدق الله العظيم. Allah will separate the bad from the good, place the bad on top of one another, heaping them all up together and put them in hell. They will be the losers. Say to those who have disbelieved that if they cease, what has previously occurred will be forgiven for them. But if they return, then the precedent of the former peoples has already taken place. Chapter 8, verses 37 to 38. O Allah, hasten the destruction of your wrongdoing servants through the torment of those before them, which is already a matter of warning for them, and leave not one of the disbelievers on the earth. Indeed, if you leave them, they will misguide your servants and beget none but wicked, relentless deniers. O Allah, guide those short of them with your mercy, O you who have encompassed everything in mercy and knowledge. O Allah, guide those who, if they know the truth from their Lord, they follow it. O Allah, I am your servant, and I know as per you taught me that no one will follow the truth from their Lord except those who use their minds from your servants, and that those who do not reason shall never follow it. In line with the word of Allah the Exalted. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ولقد ذرأنا لجهنم كثيرا من الجن والإنس لهم قلوب لا يفقهون بها ولهم أعين لا يبصرون بها ولهم آذان لا يسمعون بها أولئك كالأنعام بل هم أضل وأولئك هم الغافلون ولله الأسماء الحسنى فادعوه بها وذروا الذين يلحدون في أسمائه سيجزون ما كانوا يعملون وممن خلقنا أمة يهدون بالحق وبه يعدلون والذين كذبوا بآياتنا سنستدرجهم من حيث لا يعلمون وأملي لهم إن كيدي متين صدق الله العظيم. Indeed, we have destined many jinn and humans for hell. They have hearts they do not understand with, eyes they do not see with, and ears they do not hear with. They are like cattle. In fact, they are even less guided. Such people are entirely heedless. The most excellent names belong to God. Use them to call on Him, and keep away from those who deviate in them. They will be requited for what they do. And among those who created is a community which guides by truth, and thereby establishes justice. But those who deny our signs, we will progressively lead them to destruction from where they do not know, and I will give them rain for a time. Indeed, my plan is firm. Chapter 7, verses 179 to 183. O Allah, double up the intensity of your firm plan against the wrongdoers who have earned your wrath, starting with China towards the whole world with your perfect words of power. O Allah, I bear witness to you that no matter how you support your servant with your righteous soldiers in the heavens and earth, I know that victory does not come except from you, so register us among the witnesses, and sufficient are you as a witness. Glorified and highly exalted are you upon what they associate with you. O people, listen to and comprehend this news in the clear verses of the great Quran revealed by Allah, my Lord and your Lord, so that perhaps you may know who has the weaker protector and the smaller number, and know that guidance is Allah's. To ask Him to steadfast you, in line with the word of Allah the Exalted. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولو أننا نزلنا إليهم الملائكة وكلمهم الموتى وحشرنا عليهم كل شيء قبلا ما كانوا ليؤمنوا إلا أن يشاء الله ولكن أكثرهم يجهلون صدق الله العظيم. Even if we sent the angels down to them, and the dead spoke to them, and we gathered all things right in front of them, they still would not believe, unless Allah so willed, but most of them are ignorant. Chapter 6, verses 111. Also in line with the word of Allah the Exalted, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل إنما أدعو ربي ولا أشرك به أحدا. قل إني لا أملك لكم ضرا ولا رشدا. قل إني لن يجيرني من الله أحدا ولن أجد من دونه ملتحدا إلا بلاغا من الله ورسالاته ومن يعص الله ورسوله فإن له نار جهنم خالدين فيها أبدا حتى إذا رأوا ما يوعدون فسيعلمون من أضعف ناصرا وأقل عددا. صدق الله العظيم. Say I call upon my Lord and do not associate anyone with him. Say I have no control over any harm or good that may befall you. Say indeed there will never protect me from Allah anyone, nor will I find in other than him refuge. But only notification from Allah and His messages, and whoever disobeys Allah and His messenger, then indeed for him is the fire of hell. They will abide therein forever. When they are confronted by what they have been warned about, they will realize who has the weaker protector and the smaller number. Chapter 72, verses 20 to 24. I regret to inform you that most of the astray ones do not realize that it is the truth from their Lord until I give them tidings of painful torment, and that is because they wait for the torment signs of verification, and you cannot elude tidings after the end of the signs of the warning moon, in line with the word of Allah the Exalted. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. فلا أقسم بالشفق والليل وما وسق والقمر إذا اتسق لتركبن طبقا عن طبق فما لهم لا يؤمنون وإذا قرئ عليهم القرآن لا يسجدون بل الذين كفروا يكذبون والله أعلم بما يوعون فبشرهم بعذاب أليم إلى الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم أجر غير ممنون. So I swear by the twilight redness, and by the night and who gathered to witness, and by the moon when it comes full, that you will surely write a planetary state from a planetary state. So what is it with them that they do not believe, and when the Quran is recited to them, they do not prostrate, but those who disbelieve belie, and Allah is most knowing of how they would understand. So give them tidings of a painful torment, except for those who believe and do righteous deeds. For them is a reward uninterrupted. Chapter 84, verses 16 to 25. O family of Abdul Aziz Al Saud and O tribes of Najd and the Arab Hijaz, listen to and understand this news. After Allah had killed King Salman with the coronavirus and struck down his crown prince Mohammed bin Salman into a clinical death with COVID, Allah's firm plan, the Deputy Minister of Defense, Prince Khalid bin Salman, despaired. Ergo, fled from Saudi Arabia to Washington and then to his guardian Trump, the most evil of all creatures. O family of Abdul Aziz Al Saud and O tribes of Najd and the Arab Hijaz, you have the right to know who are these masked ones who rule you and arrest them before they flee. And Imam Mahdi Nasser Mohammed al-Yamani shall never say about Allah that which he does not know. Verily, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz had died shortly before the clinical death of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman with COVID of no escape from death. Then Khalid bin Salman fled to the enemy of Allah and his own enemy, the devil Donald Trump, who has given orders of the storming of Al-Aqsa Mosque. And he and his allies among the extremists in Satan's party in Congress in Israel want to demolish it, and the corruption of the enemies of Allah from the Jews in Al-Aqsa Mosque and around it has reached its zenith, so that Allah distinguishes between the evil and the good, then takes revenge on them and their lies. How many times did Allah's kill of al-Mahdi Nasser Muhammad al-Yamani warn you and thoroughly detail to you their plot? And I told you, enter into peace wholeheartedly and unite your rows to defend your sanctities, but you acted arrogantly and disobeyed the order, and you shall lose this world and the hereafter, as King Salman and his crown prince, the Minister of Defense, Mohammed bin Salman, and the Deputy Minister of Defense, Khalid bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud. O family of Abdul Aziz, O tribes of the Arab Hijaz, O National Guard, O Saudi Army, O people of Najd and Arab Hijaz, you have the right to ask His Royal Highness King Salman and his Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to appear live and audiovisually on the Saudi TV screen and say, we want to obey our King Salman as we owe him a pledge of allegiance to him and his Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. So if they were alive, let them speak so that our hearts be assured reassured, or we know that Nasser Mohammed al-Yamani is truly Imam Mahdi, Allah's caliph over the words, and that he is among the truthful. Then we obey the one whom Allah's caliph has chosen for us as the king of the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Prince Mecca bin Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud. So be aware of carrying out the commands of the masked impersonators of King Salman and his crown prince Mohammed bin Salman, and insist on the appearance of the Saudi crown prince Mohammed bin Salman speaking audiovisually in a speech to the Saudi people to reassure their hearts. And if they did not, and they will not, then the truth will be unraveled to the words, and they will know that Allah's Caliph al-Mahdi Nasr Muhammad al-Yamani is truly among the truthful. I bear witness to Allah, and sufficient is He as a witness, that I warn you to carry out the orders of the masked ones and arrest them as soon as possible, so that you may save yourselves and rally around Prince Mecca bin Abdullah bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, for I have made him king over you. So obey him as long as he obeys Allah in your regards, and focus on arresting the masked ones. Wherever they are, let them not flee. And you'll know that the alive is dead and that the dead is alive. Also you will know that Allah will achieve His purpose, but most people do not know. O Allah, have delivered. O Allah, be my witness. Peace be upon the messengers, and all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the world. Allah's caliph on the whole world, Imam Mahdi Nasr Muhammad al-Yamani.